have our next in-studio guest with us. We have Mr. Johan Engman. So Johan is with Rise and Shine Restaurant Group, but I think rather than go by the corporate name, tell our listeners about your restaurants. And we have a new one out on the market now that you came to tell us about.
Yeah, well, it's great to be here. I opened Breakfast Republic about 3 weeks ago in the heart of North Park, and that's the newest addition to my restaurants, and it's off to a great start so far. So
now you were telling us off-air, Breakfast Republic is a new style of restaurant, new style of breakfast restaurant. Am I correct?
Yes. Well, my other restaurants, we serve breakfast, but also lunch, dinner, etc. In this case, I wanted to kind of simplify it a little bit in the sense of purely breakfast. We don't do dinner, we don't do lunch, it's only breakfast, and it's a little easier for the consumer to identify with your concept. Just want to be known for breakfast, that we're the best, or we're shooting to be the best breakfast place in San Diego, and just be known for that.
Great. Well, I love the business model of some of the other breakfast places that we've talked to over the years, and in that they have a certain model where they open their doors at 6 a.m. and they close their doors at 3 p.m. or something like that, and that's all they do. Is that similar to what you do?
Yeah, I mean, we open at 7, close at 3, 7 days a week, and it's one of those things where at 3 you can kind of turn off your brain as far as not having that call at 9 p.m. and you can relax a little bit. It's when you get into having multiple restaurants, you kind of value that ability to be able to relax at night if at all possible.
Now, when do you relax now with your all your restaurants?
I'm planning on relaxing a little bit in late September, I guess.
Yeah.
But not until then.
Between midnight and 1 o'clock, right?
Yeah, something like that. Exactly.
I follow the food service industry. Because I help quite a few people open up restaurants, cafes around the country, and the industry's changed dramatically, and it's keeping pace with time, from everything from what's happening with minimum wage right now to the shortage of food and the cost of food, the cost of doing business, and concepts like you have, it's just fantastic. This is the trend that's going on. We have a whole new market now. Millenniums are taking over and so forth.
Yeah, that's great. So, and I want to take my hat off to you too, because you're a young man. I won't give away your age. I'll let everybody ponder that one. But you're a young man, and yet you still employ about 150 people throughout your restaurants.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more actually. We just did another round of hiring, but it's somewhere around that figure. Yeah.
Great, so
what an amazing contribution, to our local economy. Not just yummy food, but also work, income, keeping people, employed off the streets and doing great things. Mm-hmm. So here's my question to you: is what we do here on Close Up, we do a lot of connections. What can Close Up do for you?
You actually connected me with somebody really good last time I was on. It was regarding franchising.
Valerie McCartney.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had a long meeting. As it turns out, that answered my question that I do not want to franchise. But nonetheless, it was great to find out more and really learn about it and see what my options are if I continue opening restaurants. Very interesting. So that was a great connection. Right now, I'm not really sure what connection I need, but that was a fantastic connection to have at that point.
Why not franchise?
I want to have more control of, when there's changes. Going back a few years, there was the big, when gluten-free everything came into play, and I basically changed my menu in a matter of days. If you have big franchises and all this stuff, it's a lot more of a process to change your menu over however many locations there might be. So I want to have control. I want to keep it, corporate owned or owned by me, so I can really control it. I put a huge value in morale, and I have some policies that a big corporate structure probably wouldn't like, because it's not, the bottom line is not my number one priority. I want happy staff, and because ultimately, in my opinion at least, when you have people who care about your business and treat it like it's their own, it's going to come back tenfold anyway. Mm-hmm. So I have my own little policies that really are purely related to having good morale among all staff at the restaurants.
Well, there's a time for everything, and franchising is one that has to be the right time. Too many people jump into franchises because they hear of others and it doesn't work.
Yeah. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just not a fit for me, what I want to do.
Right. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KCBQ, streaming live at AM1170theanswer.com. Give us a tweet at Close Up SD. Email me at barry@closeupsandiego.com or find our page on Facebook. We want to hear from you. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with Andrea K. Urban Miaris, and our guest is Johan Engman from Breakfast Republic. So now you have a website for Breakfast Republic, correct?
Yeah, so Breakfast Republic is breakfastrepublic.com. If you want more information about all the restaurants, it's riseandshinerg.com. And that's my restaurant group that kind of oversees all the restaurants.
Great. So tell us real quickly. I know we wanted to focus on Breakfast Republic because it's the new one. But what other restaurants do you have out there?
I have 3 called Fig Tree Cafe. The first one is in Pacific Beach. And then I have one in Hillcrest, one in Point Loma in Liberty Station, and then a coffee shop in Del Mar called Cafe Quintada, and then, like you mentioned, the new one, Breakfast Republic in North Park.
Great. So
why something completely different from Fig Tree? Because it seems like it would just be easier, to just put fig trees everywhere. Not the tree itself, but the restaurant.
Well, being that Fig Tree does, again, serve... it's a big menu. There's lunch, breakfast, dinner. It's a little bit harder to duplicate. I wanted to create something that's very scalable. I plan on opening a number of more Breakfast Republics. I put a lot of effort into the brand of it. I have my own apparel line at the restaurant. So there's like 7 or 8 different caps. There's 8 different T-shirt designs, hoodies, different kind of glassware that it's all the brand is on everything. So I've put a lot of time into making it scalable. So this first one, it was a lot of work to open it, but continuing now, I think I can. I'm already negotiating for the second location already. So I plan on I took the sort of experience from Fig Tree and whatever mistakes I may have made there, and now kind of created something that is a little bit more simple in the sense of the menu, I suppose, but again, just more scalable.
Well, you already got, an hour long at a minimum wait.
Yeah, it's been great. It's definitely exceeded my expectations from... I intended it. I was definitely thinking it was going to be busy, but not necessarily from day one. So I'm super happy about the turnout so far, and hopefully it will continue.
So when Barry goes to visit, how can we get him to the front of the line, Johan, so he doesn't have to wait an hour?
He's just got to drop the secret handshake. I'm going to teach him here before I
leave. So I'm going to learn social media, secret handshakes. Yes. What else?
Yeah. And what's he going to eat when he gets there? Let's talk about the yummy food.
Ooh, so this place, the new place, has a lot of not funky, but different breakfast things on it. There's a shrimp and grits with eggs. There's a Vietnamese chicken wing breakfast bowl. There's even a breakfast hot dog on there. There's Oreo cookie pancakes, cinnamon roll pancakes, churro pancakes. There's all kinds of fun stuff.
Well, you're getting into the sugar, so you got Andrea's attention.
I'm about to faint over here. Awesome. Now, did you come up with all the menu items yourself?
I've worked with my executive chef from the Pacific Beach Fig Tree restaurant, but I had an idea. I travel quite a bit, and I pick up ideas from different cultures and like to put a little twist on it and turn it into, in this case, a breakfast item to be a little different, be a little unique, and just create a fun menu that, for me being in the industry, it's almost hard to go out to a restaurant and be surprised or find something different, because there's only you can't really reinvent the wheel that much. Right. But that was at least my goal in this case, to really come up with some fun items, and especially for people in the industry, when they come in and they're pleasantly surprised with the menu, that's pretty rewarding.
Well, a breakfast hot dog is genius.
What's fascinating is that
and of course there's bacon on it.
Each of your locations is unique to itself, and it must be a diverse fluctuation of sales. What one restaurant is doing good in one month, the other one may be down a little bit. It's
well, fortunately enough, they're all up, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, but I just marvel at it. Congratulations.
Yeah, especially since there's so much competition in San Diego.
Yeah. No, and especially the Hillcrest location. I've been there for 4 years now, and I can't tell you how many restaurants I've seen come and go just within a 2-block radius. It's so competitive, and with minimum wage going up and all this stuff, you have to stay innovative. I try to not change the design of the restaurant, but I try to update things and make it fresh so that you don't become stagnant, so that your regulars every few months when they come in, they do see a new menu item, or they do see a new design, or just something. We're switching up some furniture, whatever it might be, just so you're not that restaurant that doesn't change. You have to stay innovative. I think it's very important.
And that's the key. You got to, for those people out there who are looking to open a restaurant, just because you cook something well at home doesn't mean it's going to work out there in the market. You constantly have to be innovative and upgrade and change.
I got to keep things, good ideas so I can keep coming back on this show too. So you guys will have me again.
Well, we need to get my kids down there because they can't stand my cooking, so I'll have to bring them down and get some breakfast down there. Yeah. What's on the horizon in the future for Johan?
Well, assuming this other location that I'm in sort of the tail end of negotiations on, there will be a second Breakfast Republic pretty soon.
Where is that?
It's funny. I'm becoming pretty superstitious, so I'm not telling anybody just because I don't want the deal to fall through. So gotcha. I will let you know as soon as the deal's done.
Well, if you don't tell Andrea, she's going to stalk you until she finds out.
Okay. I will. I'll hunt him down like a dog.
I got a question. What's the average size and square footage of your restaurants?
Well, my little formula, if you will, is I don't need that big of a space. I look for between 15 and 2,200 square feet of the actual building, but patio is a must for me. So at this new one, I actually bought the previous restaurant last May in 2014, and it took me nearly 10 months to get all the permits to build a big patio in the back of the building and all this stuff. So I kind of look at, what's the seating capacity as is and what can I potentially add, because generally you pay rent on the indoor seating of the building. So if I can tack on another 40, 50 seats outside, that's part of like a formula for me, what I'm able and willing to pay in rent. So in this case,
great idea.
The rent may have been kind of high, if you ask other people in North Park. However, with what I created and additional seating, it's very, very affordable for me. So there's just things that work for my concept that might not work for others, but I think patio, also with the San Diego weather, is huge. People love sitting outside. Our patios are all dog friendly. People love their dogs and things like that. So.
Now you're talking Andrew's language here.
I gotta bring my baby Bo. Bring Teddy Bo out there.
That's great to hear. Much like retailers and wholesalers, it's not the square footage, it's the cubic square feet. It's the higher ceilings and all for retailers for storage and other items. Yes.
So we're running short on time. Tell our listeners one more time how they find Breakfast Republic.
We're at 2730 University Avenue in North Park. You can visit us at breakfastrepublic.com. We have our menus posted on there, lots of pictures of the restaurant. If you want to look at any of the other restaurants I have, it's riseandshinerg.com, and which has links to all the other restaurants.
Great. Well, thanks for being with us. We look forward to coming down and visiting. I'll have to drag Miss Andrea down with me to come test your restaurant out so we can come back and tell everybody about it.
Thanks so much, and thanks for the book. I'll have to check it out.
Well, I hope it does some good. So anyway, thanks for being with us. This is Close Up on San Diego Business here on KCBQ, streaming live at AM1170theanswer.com. Send us a tweet at Close Up SD, or just find our page on Facebook. You can always email me at barrycloseupsandiego.com. Let me know what you think. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.